Hey guys, John here from Sonic Drive Studio. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out something really nice in the form of the 6163 amp sim from the Mercuriall Amp Box. And of course this amp sim is based on the EVH 100 watt 5153 stealth amplifier. And spoiler alert, it sounds really damn good. But before we dive in, let's take a listen to how this plugin sounds on the red channel, so the high gain channel, using my ESP LTD Phoenix 7 Baritone with a Fishman Fluence modern pickup in it on the passive voicing tuned to drop A flat for some nice high gain metal tones. Okay, let's take a listen right now. Alright, I don't know about you guys, but I thought that sounded really great. It had that really tight and typical EVH sound going on, so yeah, it does the job really well. In case you're not aware, the folks from Mercuriall make some really high quality amp sims that you can purchase separately or individually in the AmpBox platform. And the AmpBox platform can be loaded as a standalone platform or as a plugin. Some amps that have been released so far are the Euphoria, the U530, Reaxis, and Rectofire. And as I said, this latest entry aims to recreate the sound of the EVH 5153 Stealth 100 watt amplifier in all its glory, so with all the channels and all the controls. And yeah, it also looks really nice. It's just candy for the eyes, basically. Mwah, love it. Now the AmpBox plugin suite comes with a bunch of standard effects, like a really good sounding wah, pre and post EQ, some overdrives, distortion, chorus, delay, and reverb. So it's a streamlined and easy to use but versatile platform. Now this amplifier, the 6163, has 3 channels: the green channel, the blue channel, and the red channel that you just heard in the intro. So the green channel is basically the clean channel, but it's not super clean. You can also use it for some overdriven tones. The blue channel is the rhythm channel, so that's great for classic rock tones or modern rhythm, depending on how you set it up. And then of course the red channel that you also heard in the intro, which is the high gain beast channel basically. But it has a very cool trick up its sleeve with a voicing switch, the SC switch beneath channel 3. And it lets you choose between 2 different voicings that do sound quite unique, so that's great. It adds more versatility to the plugin, so I like features like that. S is basically the stealth circuitry mode that you also heard in the intro. It sounds very modern and tight. And C is the classic mode, and that aims to recreate the circuitry of the Ivory version of the 5153 Stealth. So I believe that's the EL34 Stealth. I'm not entirely sure, but it has a different tone. It sounds a bit more fat and loose and a bit more classic, basically. So the Stealth or S mode is great for modern stuff and extended range guitars. And the C mode is great for more rock tones or tones that require a little bit more fatness in the saturation. So again, a switch like that is very valuable for me because it adds a lot more versatility to the plugin. Great. Let's take a quick listen to how that switch affects the tone. And while we're at it, I'll also tweak some of the EQ controls so you guys can hear how they react. Check it out. Okay, now for that intro track that you heard, I also used the noise gate up front to clean the signal up a little bit. And I also added some delay to the right channel for that chorus section with those higher notes, just to add a little bit of ambience. And for the cabinet tones, I'm using the stock 2D cabinets. I'm using the 412 Modern G12M EQ cabinet with a blend between an SM57 and an R21 mic. The standard cabinet block is pretty nice. So let's take a listen to that and how the controls affect the tone and how the different cabinets sound and how the mic positions affect the tone and all that good stuff. Check it out. Great, so that's a quite versatile cabinet block. Now I do think that it would be nice if they added more cabinets for more variety, but the options that are in there right now sound pretty good. This plugin also comes with some custom IRs by Max Morton, a wide variety of different mic positions, different cabinets. So I want to try some of those, some of the 6163 special IRs, just to see how those sound with this plugin. And let's also try the blue channel of the amplifier with my Gibson Les Paul Standard 60s with the Seymour Duncan JB in the bridge for a sort of 80s rock tone, a sort of hair metal tone, if you will. I'm going to add a little bit of reverb, and the IR of choice will be the FRDM Condenser HVNIR. Let's see how that sounds. Check it out. Awesome. I really love the character of that blue channel. It sounds so nice with that nice and crunchy saturation, and it sits in the mix really well. Quite nice. Now let's also try the green channel, or the clean channel. And I also want to combine that with some of the ambient effects. I'm going to add a little bit of chorus, delay, and reverb to make it sound nice and lush. And my guitar of choice will be my ESP LTD SC607B1H, the purple one with the Fishman Fluence Steph pickup in it. And in the cabinet block, I'm just going to use the default settings that you get when you load up the cabinet block. Okay, let's take a listen. All right, that sounded great. So keep in mind that the green channel in itself is already quite versatile. It can do clean, but also overdriven tones. So that's cool. So what do I think of the Mercurial Audio 6163? Well, to be honest, I think it's really, really great. It just sounds awesome, and it's really easy to get some great tones with this amp sim. And I do think that it really sort of captures that stealth EVH tone inside a plugin. So it's really impressive, actually. Now, I know that there are many 5150 plugins out there, but to be honest, most of them are based on the PV variants of the 5150 or the 6505. And the EVH tone is quite different, and there aren't as many plugins or amp sims out there that aim to recreate the EVH tone. And certainly not the stealth variant of the EVH 5153. So it's nice to see this amplifier out there in the digital world, if you know what I mean. The effects are great and they work fine. They are easy to use. I do wish that there was a little bit more flexibility when it comes to the signal chain and the options of the effects, but it's quite fun to use them. And as I said, it's just easy to use and not complicated at all. So that's cool. Now do pay attention to the in and output levels on the bottom left of the screen of the plugin, because I needed to tweak the input level, raise the input gain a little bit, and lower the output gain as well, as the standard or stock levels were way too hot for my DAW. So that's just something to pay attention to, okay? Anyway, so I'm a fan, and I think that this plugin and the overall AmpBox sort of suite is great. I really like working with it, so I do recommend checking it out. By the way, I was asked to make this video by the folks at Mercurial Audio, so this is a sponsored video, but of course all thoughts and opinions are 100% my own, as always. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it useful. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons down below. And also let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this awesome amp sim. You can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook and Instagram, of course. Okay guys, see you in the next video. Cheers.